Okay, great. So now we watch a video that explain more stuff about process model. First, we tested and we did, a few models there. You guys learn about resources and routing, and there's a bunch of cool things that you can do with process model that blow your mind and the mind of, anyone that you work with. Okay, so people with tons of industry experience that we worked with in the CAPS consultant projects, and we use process model, and they never seen before and never seen in a in a practical simulation works as good as the ones that you can create with process model. Okay, so we're going to see the basics in this class, but you can learn by yourself a lot, because there is a bunch of things that you can do that we're not going to go over. Okay, so what we're going to take a look at is here in the how to use the resources. Okay, so we're going to include some resources here. You have the tab here, the right one. You can scroll down, and then you're going to see that things become a resource, right? You can see there's a resource being used to have nurses and all that. I'm going to use this because I actually found an X-ray tech that I didn't know that we had it. So we're following the Homer's X-ray. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to link, oh, no, I already have two. I needed two. I'm going to link process 1 to this resource and process 2A with this resource, right? And what we're doing here is basically we're saying that this resource is going to do this process and this process, and it's a get and free. If you double click, it's a get and free relationship. Remember, it means that I'm gonna do the step and let it go, right? And then whenever I have something here, the tag will go there, pick it up, do it, and let it go. Okay, that's a get and free type here, and we're gonna see some other ones as well. What we're gonna do also, we're gonna create a process. I'm going to create a process 3 here. And it's just to have a little bit more fun and more complexity in a process. And you're going to connect the lines with this one. Oops, didn't collect the line. Now I did. Connect. Now I connected. And this process will have a time, let's say exponential 8 minutes. I also need to connect the resources. You can use, people here, like but you can do some equipment as well, or whatever resource you think is necessary. Forklift trucks, I did with the kind of BMW simulation. We were looking at the receiving process. So we had a forklift truck as a resource. We have the receiving base as resource as well, because you have a certain number of bays. You can have more than one resource linked to a process step. You can have more than a person linked to the process step as well, okay? So now we put 2 people here, and you can double click and you see the quantity. So you can have, we're gonna start with 1 in each step. I'm gonna tweak here the arrival rate, because in the current setting, it will arrive too many things that we can handle. So we're going to use 35 minutes, so repeat exponential 35 as the arrival rate, okay? And then we're going to simulate. So this is saying that X-ray Tech 2 is going to do these 2 steps. X-ray Tech, let's put, escape. Let's put name this one that kind of makes more sense. Tech 1. So we have the Tech 1 and they have the Tech 2. And it's okay if it doesn't show. You can, I don't want this, I want this one. It's okay if it doesn't show. You can add the text here, and then you have the 1. So it will match, okay? So now we're gonna simulate something that I didn't explain before. You can actually click on simulation and options, and you can click here to not show animation or scoreboard, right? So if you did it and it's very slow, so you have a crappy laptop, and that sometimes happen, or you're using the Mac with the window thing, you can click to not show animation and not show scoreboard if you want, and it will make a lot quicker. So I'm going to click there. You don't need to, but if you want, you can. Some people prefer to see, you know, the image going up and down. That's cool. And you want to see, you know, it makes fun. It's fun and all that. It's okay. You can see. Okay. All right. Simulate. So now it's not going to show the things going up and down. It's not going to show the information here on the left. And you can see that it's a lot quicker, right? So it's running pretty quick. Yeah. You want to see the results? Remember, our answer is always no. That's not no, it's yes. Yes, we want to see the results. So you can see here, we did the simulation. You have every process, every queue before every process. And now we can take a look at our resources, right? So we have X-ray Tech 1, X-ray Tech 2. And you can see that their utilization was different. So X-ray Tech 1 was used more, remember, because we have more going up than going down. We have the 42% there. And this is the information that we want, right? So let's write that down. So 150 average cycle time with average value added value of 45 minutes, right? So 150 minutes average cycle time means the total flow time or actual flow time. The core processing time was 45. So waiting time about 105 minutes. Okay. And we can see, if we go up, we go back to the queues and we can see which one had the highest one. So you can see that this queue here in the process 3 in queue was the one that had the highest amount, right? In queue process 1 also had a bigger value there, okay? So now we can take a look again, and you guys need to do that, right? Simulate and see if you get the same results, okay? So stop the video, pause the video, go there, try by yourself, and see if you get, you know, similar, exactly same results, right? So let's think about it, right? What can we do? We have 2 technicians, we have 4 process steps. This is the process. What can we do different to reduce that waiting time? Okay. So one thing that we can do, and looking at the results, you can see that we have a low utilization, right? Why is it waiting a lot of time between in Q3 there, right? So it's probably because one is available, but the other is not available, and vice versa, right? So what we can do here is we can go some cross training. So I'm gonna delete this one, and I'm gonna train this technician to do all steps. So now we have a get in free for all, and we're gonna double click here, and we're gonna have 2, okay? So same number of resources. Remember, it was 105 minutes of waiting time. Let's see how many waiting times we have now. What do you think is going to happen? Is it going to reduce waiting time? Does it keep the same? Or is it going to increase waiting time? So let's click and see the drums. Don't forget the drums. Up. And it's going to be a lot faster now as well. Or it should be. I'll ask my laptop to not humiliate it in front of you guys. Oh yeah, it's good. You want to see the results. Here it is. Okay. So you can see the maximum content, you know, in Q1 was kind of the same, but we don't see that spike in Q3, right? We go here. You can see the utilization was balanced here a lot more. And what happened to the average cycle time, right? So the value added time is the same because we didn't change any resource, but the average cycle time went from 100 and something, 105 to 50. So actually we cut the waiting time in half, okay? 50% reduction on the waiting time, because now the waiting time is 50 minutes, okay? And before was 105 minutes. The total time was 150 minutes and now is 94 minutes. So just by rearranging the method that we do, like we did with the 50% or somewhere, just by rearranging the method that I have, use and train my employees, I can reduce a lot on that cycle time, okay? And that sounds good. That sounds an amazing improvement, and we can do that just testing. And there's a bunch of different rules and things that you can test. It's kind of pretty simple things. Now we can go back to our model there, and we can, escape. We can test something a little bit different. So instead of doing this, I'm going to test the get and free. So I'm going to actually change the get and free here. I'm going to get here. Okay. So I'm going to start, I'm going to take one of those technicians and start doing the process here, and we'll pick up the product. And it will only let go when actually you finish this process, okay? So I'm using get here in the beginning, and I'm using free here at the end, okay? Instead of get and free. And I still have the same number of technicians, okay? So now you can place your bets. What's gonna happen with our waiting time? So it was 105, went to 50, and now what's gonna happen? It's gonna increase, it's gonna decrease, it's gonna keep the same. Is that a better option? Is it a worse option for the customer? Let's take a look. Now I'm dedicating, right? Whatever X-ray receive it, the same technician will go and do all the flow and is gonna drop it at the end. And is only gonna pick it up again when it's free again, right? When it goes until the end. I'll simulate. You can see how fast it is now. Okay. So what's happened here? Wow. We have a maximum content on Q1, which went to 29. So you can see that after, Q1, it's all maximum 1 content. Why is that? Well, because you only have one person going, with the product through the whole process, right? So the product doesn't wait there. It waits in the first queue, right? Because I don't have anyone available, then it will wait more time there until someone is available to actually finish, right? So that changed the waiting lines in our process. It changed your inventories in your plant. Our utilization went to 78%, pretty high. And our average cycle time went up again, right? So a bad option again. So I train everybody, which basically gave me more cost, right? So increased my cost of training, have everybody fully trained and knowledgeable with all the 4 process steps, and actually it increased my time. Why is that? Because of the queue in the beginning, and then my operator had to wait for the other one to be ready so he can go to the next step. So there's a lot of waiting time there in the middle of the process, which makes my average wait time being a lot higher, but it's also a lot of waiting in the first process step, right? So not a good option for us, okay? And this is it with the examples of process model. You guys have a team assignment on process model, so you can take a look at that, and I'll see you in class.